Welcome to our channel. Welcome to another one of our videos. Today we're going to talk about SoFi. We're going to go through some of the earnings. We're going to talk about what's going on with stock. We got lots of information, so let's get busy. SoFi on Friday went up 19.26%. After hours, it dropped a little bit. The rest of the indices went up. The highest point was 3.82 with the NASDAQ, and that's what helped out SoFi. The volume was about 75 million versus around 78 million average. And our market cap is only at around $5 billion, which it should be over 10 billion in my own opinion, if not 20 billion at this point. We had earnings this past week. We'll cover that. Well, the analyst price targets is around $7 all the way to $22 a share. Now let's look at the short interest first. This article here is peering into SoFi Technologies' recent short interest. They're stating that the short percentage of the float has risen 4.9% since their last report. They talk about the reason why short positions matter. This is a great article for you to read on short positions. I'll place this article down below so you can review it. Now let's look at the quick earnings here. SoFi tops expectations with latest earnings, give mixed outlook. They state that second quarter forecast comes up light, but company raises full year view and move that analyst says defies the negative sentiment. They talk about the company posting a loss of 110 million or 14 cents a share compared to a loss of 177 million or $1.61 a share a year prior. The analysts were expecting 13 cents loss, but we were a penny higher. That's what they're stating. The company also logged adjusted earnings before interest, tax, appreciation, EBITDA, of 8.7 million, up from 4.1 million a year ago. SoFi total revenue climbed to 330 million from 196 million. The census was only 282 million. So we beat that number. The CEO stated these strong results, which we achieved despite volatility markets and the changing politics, fiscal, and economic landscape, demonstrate how strategy of building a full suite of differential products and services has created a unique, diversified business that can not only endure but outperform across market cycles. The company saw $1.2 billion in personal loan originations in the first quarter, up 151% from a year ago. And they talk about the future. They anticipate 1.5 billion and 1.51 billion in the full year adjusted net revenue, along with 100 to 105 million in adjusted EBITDA. Both ranges came at the midpoint, came in above latest outlook SoFi provided in April. They're talking about some of their challenges. You got to keep in mind, they have a lot of student loans as well that they're not receiving revenue off of. This is because the White House has put a stop to paying your student loans off. But everybody knows this, and they already disclosed this, mid-earnings. That's why the stock has been coming down as well. I'll place this article down below so you can review it. Okay, let's cover a little bit about the CEO here. He's stating that they were doing well and they're firing on all cylinders. They talk a little bit about the student loan stuff and everything else. There's a lot of information here that you can review. I'll place this article down below as well. Let's look at the options world, what they're telling us. This is May 20th, which is this weekly options, which is the monthly options for May. At the $7 strike price, we have 21,137 options that were traded on Friday. So these guys believe that the share price is going to go over $7.26 for them to make any profit this next week. There's also a huge volume down here, unusual activity at the 650 mark. They traded 15,362 options in one day. That's 1.5 million shares equivalent. These guys are betting on the stock to drop, so they got a little bit of insurance. But then there's the other side is just picking up premium. Okay, this is another great article right here. SoFi is down 66% this year. Is it time to buy? They talk about the key points here. The one-stop financial service company continues to build out its product offerings and grow members. SoFi is now a bank and is putting together an interesting banking technology business. And the third point is finding the right valuation to buy. It can be very tricky. They talk about growing the business here. See, they've been growing it every quarter. It's been going up in members. That's the key thing here. We need more members of the bank. And then the product line. Look, they've been going up too every quarter. They talk about the company added more than 400,000 members in the quarter. Now it's close to about 4 million members. And then their financial service products close to 6 million. So they're hitting some records here. And then they're talking about making progress on their key initiatives. Oh, by the way, they raised their interest rates that they're giving customers to 1.25%. You don't need a CD for this. You don't need to lock up your money for 3 to 6 months or a year just to get 1.25%. All you have to do is have a checking account, and I think you got to have a direct deposit with them. That's a criteria, and there might be some other criteria too. You guys can look into that, but this is good stuff. They're beating some of my other banks. That's why I'm thinking about opening up an account with SoFi here shortly. And they're talking about, is it time to buy? They're talking about SoFi trades close to 50 times its projected 2022 adjusted EBITDA guidance. Once the student loan lending in Washington, D.C. moratorium ends, that should help, as should ramp up the Galileo and the TechnoSync businesses. I am definitely close to being a buyer here and do think SoFi can be a long-term winner. However, it's important for investors to understand that just because the stock looks cheap, trading around $5, it could certainly go much lower, considering its valuation. So that's what this analyst is stating. I will place this article down below so you can review it, so you can make your own determination. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm keeping my 1,000 shares and might double my share count coming up here if the market settles down some. I'm going to try to get it back on the cheap side of the house. I know it went down to $5 and I missed that opportunity, but I might pick some up at $6 a share. Do some options or something like that. I'll keep you guys informed on when I do that. Now, go ahead and place down below in the comments whatever your questions are and what your positions are in SoFi. You guys take care of yourselves out there. Make sure you're diversified in this raising rate environment. Until next time, this is Sonny. I'm out.